Hey my loves, it's your girl Miss Melody XX here, or hey ya Santi, or your girl Melody Toomer, depending on where you're watching me at. So yesterday I did the video where I was talking about Boosie saying that straight people didn't have rights, and if you want to go see that video, go to my platform, go to my Instagram, YouTube, and you'll see that video. But today I want to talk about another situation that happened on the Breakfast Club, and that's Miss Flame Monroe. Okay, all right. A year and a half ago or 2 years ago, even 6 months ago, this video may have went a lot differently. But I have to realize that as an activist, you have to keep finding a way of trying to educate people. And maybe possibly you may get through to them. Some of you may, some of you may not. To me, as you see the title where I says Breakfast Club switch Flame Monroe out for Hope Giselle, here's a reason why. Because when Flame started out, there wasn't all the social media. There wasn't a lot of visibility for gay and bisexual, non-binary, transgender people as it is now. And there is so much more representation. Is it where it should be? No, it's not. We're still continuing to fight for rights for LGBTQI plus people, but it's gotten a lot better than it was in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, early 2000s. But Flame is stuck in a time period. I believe. I think she's stuck in a time period because, as one of my followers, Leslie Joy, said, when she was in that time period, with it not having that much representation, she had to really kind of, hold stuff back. She was safe, she won't say, but she had to realize, there aren't many gay or transgender people or drag queens doing this. And now Gen Z is saying, Flame Monroe, that we're tired of not seeing representation. We're tired of not seeing gay people. We're tired of not seeing transgender people. We're tired of not seeing non-binary people. We're tired of not seeing us on social media and TV. So when you make a statement that says, my community, my LGBT community is trying to force their lifestyle and their views on people, no, Flame. The Gen Z generation now is saying, hey, we're not trying to force anything on you. We're trying to say, hey, this is us. This is who we're going to be. If you don't like it, that's fine. But let us exist and simply let us be. And for me, that statement was just so damaging, as you represent the community. And the first thing I've heard you say so many times, I don't want to be a role model. You don't have a choice. If you are a transgender woman and you are on a radio show, a bachelor platform like that, you don't have a choice because people are watching you. So you don't have a choice. When I started doing activism, I didn't just jump in this because I just want to, but I saw the need. And I had to realize, even every day I realized, Melody, people are watching you. Whether you know it or not, you are a role model and people are watching you. So Flame, when you're on a big platform like that, people are listening to you. You don't have a choice anymore. You don't have a choice. And so you have to realize that this new generation is stand up and saying, hey, this is us and we're going to do this. Now, another reason why I say that Hope Giselle should be switched out for Flame Monroe is because of the fact that Hope to me brings a fresher, younger perspective. I saw an interview Sunday where Hope was interviewing Flame, and Flame said something that boggled my mind. She was saying that somebody asked me what non-binary was, and I didn't even know. And for me, that boggled my mind. And I'm telling you why. Do I know every single LGBTQ plus terminology that comes out every day? No, I don't. I'm constantly learning every day. But the basics, I know. I don't have to look at no paper. I can speak from my heart because I know. And for me, being a transgender woman, Flame, non-binary is underneath the transgender umbrella. It's underneath the transgender umbrella, sis. That's like me bringing you in to help me with my social media strategy. And the first thing you say is, what is Instagram? I'm just saying, not trying to throw no shade on, but I'm just being real. So for me, that shocked me. And I was like, wow, this is somebody who's standing up for our community and trying to educate people, but they don't know what non-binary is. And that just shocked the mess out of me. Number two, I hear people saying that Hope Giselle shouldn't have gave her the time, and why did she, let this happen? I watched the interview, and it's what I'm gonna say. Hope is someone who stands for our community. Hope Giselle does the work, and I've watched enough videos to know that Hope was really trying to Be respectful to Flame as an elder, but at the same time, educate her and say, this is what it was. And what happened was, Flame was not trying to really receive what Hope was saying. And so Hope had to say, it is what it is, I tried. It is what it is. But I believe within her heart she respected more. And I respect Hope Giselle more than you will ever know for all the work that she does for our community. Also, I gotta say this. To me, another reason why I feel like Flame Monroe needs to be switched off Hope Giselle is because it's always funny to me that when it comes to these big platforms, whenever they want to talk about LGBTQ terminology or trans topics, they always want to pick people who don't want to push the envelope. You cannot have a conversation on LGBTQ rights in this day and era, or transgender rights, or non-binary rights, or gender nonconforming rights, and not have someone who is willing to say, hey, this may make you uncomfortable. I'm sorry for it, but I have to ask this question. And that's what Flame will not do, because Flame has said, I cannot force it on you. Flame, you're not forcing on somebody. What you're doing is you're trying to ask a question to educate this. So for me, I just feel like I'm tired of platforms picking people who, to me, co-sign what they were saying. Now, do I feel like everything Flame said on the Breakfast Club was wrong? No, it wasn't. It was where she was talking about Lil Nas X being able to kiss a man he should, and she was right on that. But there's a lot of rhetoric that sets the community back. I've never met Flame Monroe. Can't have a problem with her, but her rhetoric is very damaging towards the advancement of the LGBTQI plus community. Period. Now, last but not least, this is the last issue I'm gonna address on this, and I'm sorry if this hits somebody hard. I'm sorry if someone don't like what I'm gonna say, but I gotta hold the situation accountable, and I gotta say this. A lot of trans women have a problem with Flame Monroe because of this right here. Whenever Flame is on a platform like that, she's speaking about the LGBTQ plus community. She's a trans woman. But when she goes home, she's dad. Now understand this. I don't have a problem with her being a family. And from the looks of it, it looks like she takes care of her family really good and really well. Here's the problem. When you speak to a trans woman like me, or Hope Giselle, or Laverne Costa, T. Madison, when we are at home, we're trans women. When we walk out that door, we're trans women. When we go to the spa, the movies, the grocery store, we're trans women. So it's hard for you to tell a trans woman, this is what you do, or this is the way you act, when you're not a transgender woman 24/7. Now, in your heart, you may be that, but when you go home, you're this and that. And for me, you're saying, well, Miss Melody, it's not right because she's a part of the community. Yes, she is. And yes, she's been doing her thing. But it's hard for me because, it's kind of like you're almost like a part-timer. It's like if Billy Porter or Lil Nas X come on the Breakfast Club, I can respect them 100% for anything they say to me because of the fact that they are gay black men 24/7. Laverne, now, somebody gonna say, well, you're trying to devalue her woman, her as a trans woman. No, I'm not. I've never misgendered her. As you can see through the video, I've said her the whole time, even though she identifies as he, she, we. I respect people's pronouns. I respect who she is. I respect for her for what she does for her family. But as a black trans woman, it's hard for me to say that it's hard for me to accept or receive that I'm forcing my lifestyle on you when I'm Melody 24/7. Now, this video was not done to demean nobody, degrade nobody, or push anybody else, but I just had to speak my mind. And if somebody does not receive everything I've said from this video, I'm sorry, but that's the way I feel. Breakfast Club, if you want to have a serious conversation on LGBTQ issues, switch Flame Monroe out for Hope Giselle or anybody else. But I'm sorry, I just feel like she's not a credible source for somebody like me or anybody else to really say, hey, this is somebody who represents our community in the best light that it is. Now, has she paid her dues to be in the room? Yes, she has. But I feel like you need somebody who's willing to push the envelope, who's willing to have those uncomfortable conversations. Because when you have those uncomfortable conversations, they create change. Flame doesn't have the uncomfortable conversation. She just has conversations. I'm just sorry. That's the way it is. Bye. Love you, my loves.